If I'm to serve the night, I would know her will. Into the night. For the Silver Sisters. My favorite. All right.
Say you got Chronos, didn't you, Sunshine? Last night at least, but that's the Deathless Titans for you. Never staying down for long. Though you've something in mind for that, my sister says.
Right. Best have a look around. Shades are free. You feel that, Zorafat? The barrier's lost some of its strength. Time sign there. How many of these do they have? Go, Chronos. There. You. Next up. Sigil.
You got that bloody Titan, didn't you? Don't feel too bad you couldn't end him altogether. Not like any of the rest of us were able to, as you can plainly see. Instead, mayhaps go kick him while he's down. Happy to help with that.
Flame of the hearth.
Firsthand, our great mountain is perpetually besieged, and we've not had a moment's peace of late. Yet this trial only makes us stronger as a family.
The might of the heavens. Can we go? One less pylon.
Night this is shaping up to be. Even if I could illuminate all your foes waiting in ambush, I'm not sure you'd want to see them. Be very careful out there.
The might of Olympus. else is here? Felt that. Should be able to get out. At last. Hooked one. Another ribeye. Should be useful.
The river Vulcan may no longer ferry souls into the underworld, but has become quite valuable to the ongoing war effort. He's quite effective with that oar of his.
Salutations. I shall, Lord Charon.
Where you going?
I remember back when we first met, you seemed enormous. Much bigger than most any other foe I'd ever faced. But now, you're hardly any match for me.
Aw, thanks. And I remember back when first we met, my sleeping schedule was completely out of whack, but it's all better now. And I've still got my figure. Enormous, was it?
That's all a matter of perspective, as I've learned. For instance, you're quite minuscule in comparison to the father of all monsters, Typhon. He's properly enormous.
I'll have to take your word for it. Anyways, just how big can he be? No more than 3 square meals worth if I had to guess. Been too long since I had some monster meat. I'll let the crops come in. Out there somewhere, I shouldn't have done that.
Lost sheep. Fast asleep again. Good find. Oh. I got you this. If this treat is to your liking, then it means we share a bond. We do. Your name is Tula, isn't it? Let us protect each other from now on. See you in the crossroads.
On the outskirts of the city lies a makeshift dock, from which a vessel may cut through the channel across the land toward the mountain of the gods.
Looks like I'll need a ride. Something else. Floskets. It's done. New course needs to be set. Now for the next one.
last note you got me was so good. Can't even imagine what it would have been like while I was still alive. Wasn't going to ask for another, but since you're offering...
I'm offering, so here. Maybe it's even better now that you're Shade. You mortals had to eat and drink out of necessity, but nectar helps fulfill a different kind of need.
Something happened since the last time you were here. These ships, one after another, they all sank. Never seen these waters so calm. Did you?
Did I reach Chronos in my father's house and slay him? Yes. And did he then reconstitute himself, perhaps entirely negating whatever I achieved? Also yes.
I always knew you'd get him, Millie. But as you can see, his risen fleet has risen once again. Though sounds to me like you found one of its weaknesses. Whichever you want. Careful, okay?
I'm grateful, Icarus. Off he goes. Mistakes were made. This way.
How diplomatic.
Everybody all the time, but you needn't have displeased me so.
Lord Uncle, I meant no offense. Now he's upset. More coming.
Had a certain dry sense of humor, as apparently do you.
Here, little fish. It's a bite. Don't pinch me, you. Sure could use your aid. In the name of Hades. Some mandrake seeds. All clear. What's good here?
Like magic. You took forever getting here, only to turn up practically as dead as the crews of all those ships headed this way.
Apologies for any inconvenience, Eris. Fortunately, there's a quite refreshing fountain not too far from here, which should do wonders for my injuries.
Oh, then you're so close. Maybe you could make a break for it. The pathway out of here is right behind me. Ooh, that's hot. Keep getting stuck. Things are heating up. That does it. Better run, babe. There they go. Blammo! Got something for you. Double damage. Oh, I'll get you for this.
Buzz off. Where does she get all these?
To feel again the stable earth beneath her feet replenishes within the princess of the underworld her nearly limitless resolve as her objective finally draws near.
Mount Olympus. There it is ahead. Moving on. Now for the climb.
Package for you.
Lord Hermes. mighty moonstone axe. Go show that shade the way. Why, thank you. Seekers. Olympus, I accept this message. Brilliant as always, cousin.
More nectar always good to have around in case the wine runs out. Not that it ever does or ever will. Now, what exactly do we toast to next?
To emerging from peril unscathed, or whatever you decide. I know maintaining high morale is paramount, especially with the mountain under siege.
Cheers!
Cheers. Moonlight guide us.
Yeah! You really are just passing through? Look at all these temptations in every form. The liquid kind, the sumptuous kind. But you're unmoved and undeterred?
Look, I would truly love to stay. Enjoy a beverage and a bite. Speak with all these doubtless interesting guests. But I can't. Don't you understand? Your mountain is burning.
Well, if it's burning, baby, let it burn, I say. But I don't want to argue anymore. I mean, it's just another form of fighting, yeah? So you go do your thing, and I'll do mine. Well, all right.
You're not Lord Charon. All right, fish. On the hook. Looks like a pillar top. Hear me, on my authority. Protected. Automaton's going to attack on sight. Olympus, I accept this message. I need this. That was good.
knew it.
Tell me, Titan, do you recall a mortal woman by the name of Dora? Her shade responded strangely when I mentioned you, but can't seem to remember what you did.
Let's leave it be, Agent of Change. That old shade's latent memories have more to do with gods and their deceptions than with anything I did.
Elaborate. Tell me what happened to her. You keep blaming everything on the gods, as though all this is solely their responsibility.
Oh, on the contrary. I take responsibility for mortal kind. But for all their failings, vices, and downfalls, I am not to blame. Nor is this Dora. You tell her I said that.
Run.
See you later. My claim.
Not even the intense heat rising from the mountain's central hearth can entirely dispel the chill here in the air. A gathering storm, Not wrought by gods, but something else.
Something friendly? Some adamant. The tooth. I'll show myself in. That's that. Chronos, do your thing. See you in the crossroads? Closer to the top. You've got your father's looks. It's no use. floor. These are eggs. I accept this gift. Prepare, fishy. Blast.
Her prey escapes, however narrowly.
Nearly there now.
Go remind Typhon not to mess with gods.
Olympus, I accept this message. That was my boon.
take this from here.
They're here. Quickly now. Down with Typhon. There.
Finally, the terrifying storm tearing apart the fortress of the gods starts to relent. Perhaps because its monstrous source is nowhere to be found.
At least for now. The path to the palace. To all my family on the mountain, let me pass. They're here.
We salute you.
Blessings to you.
Typhon is not backing down, though we shall drive him back each night he deigns to threaten us, if that is what it takes.
Either that, or we could probably destroy him, along with this mountain and a good portion of the surrounding countryside. Although, where would we live thereafter?
We needn't weigh that possibility at all, Hera, my dear. Best not to even speak of it. Melinoi assured us Typhon could be dealt with in a different way.
I'd not intended to make promises on that account, Lord Uncle, though I shall do everything in my power to ensure Olympus stands while Typhon falls.
Do as you must, Melinoi. We shall be waiting to hear word of your success, and you can count on all our blessings on the way.
Come back soon.
Onward!
May moonlight guide you.
Yes, thank you.
Moonlight guide you.
If you insist.
Your song is such a welcome sound after a hard night's climb, cousin. It nearly makes me forget the troubles we're dealing with. All this light, however, I'm not used to yet.
We're not much used to it here either for how dark it's been of late. Though let's get you back before it drains you more. That's your boon.
Glorious to take, though perils come to test our will.
Should Typhon rise again, I shall return. Return to Shadow now. Keep holding on, everyone. Mwah! We beat the father of all monsters, Chronos. Dora, I hope you don't mind, but I asked Prometheus himself about this old connection that you feel. He's cagey with his words, but does seem to remember you in turn.
Oh. Kind of weird of you to do that, especially since it sounds like he's trying to kill your family up there, but thanks. What do you say?
Well, he said he's not to blame for mortal kind's failings and such, and that neither are you, and asked I tell you so on his behalf. Before attacking me, per usual, of course.
Phew, that's a relief. All this time, I figured if there's any two individuals responsible for all the badness mortals have to deal with, it's Prometheus and me. We're talking stomach aches, heartaches, taxation, lying, cheating. You name it.
It's utter nonsense, but do you have any idea what he could have meant?
Nope. But since you're the one who's talking to him on the regular, maybe you could ask. Now that we're curious.
We'll figure this out. Hey, if you're not busy, up for a little visit with me to the riverside? I've got a twin lure we could use right here.
Don't know that I'll be doing you much good, between my inability to use a rod of fishing and my inability to keep quiet, but hey, you asked for it. The River of Lamentation. Nothing but a bunch of sad stuff floating around in there. Sure you wouldn't rather leave it be?
Whatever's wallowing in there is going to stay put, unless it's finally decided it's had enough. For any such souls, we'll be doing them a favor, I think.
Not like we owe them, and not like they'll do us any favors back. And if all they can do now is feel sad for themselves at the bottom of a mucky river, fishing them out might not do them any good anyway.
We're not fishing them out, really. It's more like we're giving them an opportunity to escape their circumstances. It's a bit different from the mortal way of fishing in that sense.
And if they don't like it any better up here, that's on them. Seems like an awful lot of trouble for some weird fish. Anytime now? Swim times?
I caught a figment.
Ha, you tricked a fish. Well, that definitely was a thing that happened. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, bye. What's it gonna be?
Good evening, everyone. The prophecy of Typhon's return. Was your interpretation that the gods were going to prevail or not? Or was there any detail you recall that we might use to our advantage?
Well, there was lightning, which I took to represent Zeus. The earth seemed to shake, recalling Poseidon, and a red spear reminiscent of your father's, piercing the storm. But even these specifics don't seem to pertain to the matter at hand.
A red spear, huh? This wasn't on the list before.
Oh, great.
Moonlight, guide us.
How'd that get there? They're saying you beat Typhon single-handedly last night? One step closer to putting everything back to normal, huh?
I did not beat Typhon single-handedly, but we managed to defeat him, yes. Though I don't think you need to fear a return to normalcy anytime soon.
I know you're trying to reassure me, but I can't help the way I feel. I ought to be enjoying all this while it lasts. The future might be boring as dirt, but right now, things are okay.
Things are not okay. May Moonlight guide you.
Don't need it.
You all enjoy yourselves.
We welcome you. Hermes indicated you were instrumental in releasing Typhon's grip on Mount Olympus recently. I trust that your embattled relatives contributed their share to that result?
I may be just a frontline diversion in stopping the monster's attacks, but it worked. Lord Zeus at least was able to remind Typhon about the power of his lightning bolt. The others had their hands full someplace else.
The gods must be grateful for such an effective frontline diversion. And Chronos must be grateful for the brief reprieve as well. But carry on as you see fit. This was all part of the Titan's plan, and shall likewise factor into ours.
My thoughts exactly. Moonlight guide you.
Moonlight guide us all.
This should be possible.
Showed that monster, aye?
Up you go.
Won't have to look at that again.
Now say the words.
Your rage, monster, shall spill from you like blood. Your life force all consumed within that flood.
There. Now wield that power at the summit.
May ashes of the past awaken newfound strength. So mote it be. As my familiars are a source of strength, so may we all grow strong.
'Tis done.
Live and thrive. Take all the time you need. Take care, Father. Could use the bones. Some gemstones for the cause. Nectar.
So there you were, alone atop the rain-soaked mountain, when out of the dark came a roar so deafening it shook Olympus to its roots. And with it came Typhon himself, more vengeful even than before. What then, goddess?
We fought. I prevailed. Oh, blast. I was supposed to weave a yarn. He kept trying to crush me with his chin, but I evaded and clambered to the top of his head, where I drove the Sister Blade's limb and Oros into his brain.
Oh, quite gruesome at the end there. I like it. My only criticism, if I may, is that all too many tales involving huge monstrosities resolve that way. What if he were to swallow you whole, only for you to cut yourself out of his gullet?
I was just getting to that part. Death to Chronos.
You'll get him yet.
They say to never bathe alone. Night's gift awaits. The ashes remember. I can't. No use.
I urge ye spirits of the crossroads thus. Look well upon the wards about this place,
which keep us hidden within night's embrace. Ensure that each is whole, its strength secure, as we hold out against our common foe. To achieve victory, we must endure the ravages on us time would bestow. So mote it be. Good evening, broker. What do you think, Dora?
They don't pay me to think.
Let's try this on for size.
Whatever. Not enough stars in the sky for you as it is, huh, Mel?
Oh. Moonlight guide us and all.
Come on, Mel. What am I doing here?
All right, Typhon. Perhaps this night shall be your last.
pay tribute to me.
Tula, you made it. There's a good girl.
Whence came that tiny beast?
With me. The silver spade shines even brighter now.
Now we're talking. The Vanquisher of Typhon has arrived. The final and most monumental gift of the Vale is so close at hand. If you can get through one of your two routes under the oath, then surely the rest is but a walk in the park.
I can only assume a walk in this park you cite must be an absolutely grueling experience.
Some parts of town? Oh yeah.
Moonlight, guide us.
It better.
Welcome to your new home. May moonlight guide us.
Terror engulf us.
Next renewal.
It shall be.
I think a hanging light would go quite nicely over there.
Praise Bippy.
You know what? Sure.
Alright, hold on.
Where did we even get old mortal tools like these?
Not bad, right?
The will of night. By my birthright. For the realm. The veil of darkness spreads.